have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scholars of Wrestling. Tarek here, alongside with the ultimate douche, Brian. Hello, Brian.
Hello. My brain is not on. The test is over. It's time to move on to what we do best.
I think you need to cut back on the Robitussin, dude.
Could be.
You're probably just drunk off the Robitussin.
It happens. Yeah, I'm sick, and I'm gonna make you deal with it. That's it.
You're sick, and yet you're still coming here and recording, talking about some wrestling.
Because I missed last week because I was too busy getting all the brain cells out of my skull. And now I feel the need to be here this week, whether I'm 100% or not, because my fan base misses me.
Oh yeah, I definitely missed you.
We'll go with it.
just go with it. Just go with it. And we're hoping Jeff does well in Las Vegas doing the Evo tournament while he goes facing the fat guy, and also probably hiring a prostitute to dress up like Chung-Li.
Did you really have to bring up the prostitutes?
Yes, I did. All right, let's talk. Oh, no more talking Vegas. We're here to talk about some wrestling, and not a very active week, but there is stuff to talk about.
Except for rampant stupidity and unfortunate circumstances.
When it comes to WWE's power couple, and we're not talking about Triple H and Stephanie. That would be hilarious, though.
It would be funny as hell.
We're talking about the power couple of Santino and Emma. One retiring, one getting fired and then rehired because of some misunderstanding, stupid circumstances.
Because of blatant stupidity. Okay. She wants to buy. We'll go through this step by step.
Let's start with Emma.
She wants to buy an iPod case. It's fine. It's what you do. But when you go to the self-checkout at Walmart, let me say that again. When you go to the self-checkout at Walmart and it doesn't take your money, you ask for assistance. You do not just walk out of the store with the iPod case.
Because you'll just get made looking like an idiot and making your company look like it's run by idiots.
Isn't that common knowledge?
Apparently, and if it just doesn't work, just call for someone or just move on to another register and just be like, okay, let this be someone else's problem.
Or at least put it in a pocket, man. That's it.
Seriously, who would buy an iPod case from Walmart?
Quick, on the go, wants to make fun of people. You walk into Walmart, ample opportunity.
There you go.
It's what I do.
I go to Walmart just for food and cheap DVDs.
And to play with the bouncy balls. That's what we do. You steal the bouncy balls, you throw them everywhere, and then you're running out of the store while security chases you. That was my life in high school.
Well, more recently, I went to Walmart, go into the toy section, finding a Sin Cara mask, and just posing me messing up. Yeah, that's my life at Walmart.
Yeah.
That's how much of a loser I am.
Hey, did you see that video of all the Sin Cara screw-ups?
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Gloriousness. Right. Glorious stupidity at its finest in this moment for Emma. Because the mugshot will never go away. And what a glorious picture that was.
It's like, why am I here?
Why am I here? Because you're a moron. That's why.
Oh, I've never really been a big fan of Emma. I hated her theme music. I hate the arms swishing. I'm just like, this makes you look like an idiot. And
she was great in NXT. What happened?
Apparently, that's what happens when you go into the big leagues. You get dumbed down, and like you may be awesome in NXT, but no, it's not the same case here.
Like, I mean, at least in Paige's case, okay, her character's not the best right now. Her storyline kind of sucks. But at least they let her go out and wrestle. Right? For like 7 to 10 minutes at a time. You get good wrestling, and then you move on. This one, okay, comedy gimmick with a comedy partner, and it's not even good comedy.
It's making you even more sick.
Yeah, exactly. Get it all. You should have fired her and had her stay gone. But they brought her back, and
now it makes the WWE look stupid.
I guess good for you. Okay, it's probably because of the misunderstanding.
It has to be.
Because I'm air quoting this. She didn't mean to steal it. She wanted to pay. Then go to another checkout line, dumbass.
Alright, and now let's move on to Santino, because I feel like we just spent 6 minutes completely demolishing female wrestler.
I'm never gonna be able to take her seriously on screen again.
You took her seriously on screen at one time?
When she was in NXT and actually wrestling, I took her seriously. When in the WWE, not so much.
Well, it was the same character she had in NXT, right?
It is.
So yeah,
but
it still didn't work.
But she wrestled. And when she wrestled, it was good. So I could at least take that part seriously. Now, first of all, comedy gimmick are giving her 2-minute matches against Summer Rae when she does wrestle, and then and now this. I can't even go back and watch NXT matches with her without thinking this is the dumbass who stole the iPod case from Walmart.
And I think that was one real problem you just said. They had her feud with Summer Rae and Fandango when it was her and Santino Marella. It didn't work. No one cared about any of these guys. And luckily Santino actually retired now, because for me, as much as I love Santino, I loved his character over the years. He ran his course.
It's good for him to realize, okay, that his neck is weak.
Yes.
Okay. It was immediate. Like, after the match. Immediately after the match, he announced his retirement.
Yes.
Where he started having the neck problems again. Because it's the third time.
Third time's a charm.
It's the third time. And I'm not going to say it's on the same par as Edge. Because of how more of a stature and how
much more he went
how
into
much
it.
more he, like, Edge has, like, what, 11
about
world championships?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I won't be able to compare it to Edge, but I'm glad that he's out before he hurts himself to where he can't go through the day walking or any of that. But like, risking paralyzation?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Get out while you can. Smart. So, goodbye to the wrestler, Santino. Hello to the road agent, because as much as the WWE tried to mash it out of him, the dude does know what he's doing.
Yeah.
In the ring. I've seen it.
We've all seen it. Over the years, we've seen it.
And the WWE just didn't allow it to happen. So you have him be a road agent. And I agree. The gimmick did run its course. It ran its course a long time ago. It ran its course before the second injury when he was out for that good 6 months. I was like, okay, I could go without seeing Santino ever again.
The perfect ending for Santino for me was when he was facing Mick Foley in the Royal Rumble, Cobra versus Mr. Sacco. After that, what else could he have done?
Yeah.
That was the peak of what Santino, the Marella character, can do.
You had him be the last one eliminated in the 2011 Royal Rumble. People were going nuts, thinking that he could actually win it when Del Rio wasn't paying attention. Then you have him in the Elimination Chamber match, almost beat Daniel Bryan and become the World Heavyweight Champion. And at that point, you're like, okay, he's never going to be the champion. So, back to comedy gimmick, and that's perfectly fine, but I'm glad that he got out while he still had the opportunity to get out.
Yeah, it was his choice, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't
nature's choice.
I wouldn't say it wasn't forced upon him, because as neck injuries go, yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry to see you go personally, but I'm not really sorry to see the gimmick go.
No, same here. I would have loved to have seen where they would have went with him if he actually changed his character up a little bit. I mean, even when he was a heel, he was still a comedy character. He was still looked at as the comedy. He had a unibrow. He had the angry look, and it just, with how much they pushed him as the character, he couldn't go anywhere else with it. He couldn't change. He couldn't be more serious. But hey, it worked for him. He was popular. They sold Cobra sock hand puppet things.
He made some money.
Exactly. Simple put. He made money.
He made money.
More than I could say for Emma.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'd like to pay so and so amount of money to go see Emma. No. All right. Goodbye, Cobra. Goodbye, Santino. Goodbye. Fun theme song.
Very fun theme song. I also like the walk. The walk.
Bye,
cool.
walk. Hello, road agent Santino. Where you're just.
Hello, road agent. Give me some good matches.
Hello, road agent. Have fun breaking up fights and getting speared like Fit Finlay, pushed aside like Jamie Noble, and have Kane fall on top of you like Joey Mercury. Wow, why am I pointing all these guys out?
Because we've been talking about this subject too long.
Yeah, let's get into some Raw, because I'm now drawing a brain fart on this.
The stupidity is gone.
The stupidity has just infected me.
The stupidity has infected his brain
and hurts.
Has shut him down.
It hurt, head.
So we go into Raw with a match that we've seen many times.
Oh, even before the match, it was a very good opening promo with Roman Reigns. Nothing special. It was nothing special with him saying he's going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, blah blah blah.
But compared to most of his promos, I'd go on record saying that this is the best one.
Oh, I agree.
Guaranteed.
And it even took one step further when Kane came out, and they decided to give Kane relevance in this Fatal 4-Way, because everyone's just like, Kane doesn't deserve to be in this match, blah, blah, blah.
Let's face it, Kane's taking the pin.
Kane may be taking the pin, but
Kane's
he deserves to be in that match now.
Yes.
Now, especially after that, now they're building story with him actually being there. When Roman Reigns called him out saying he's Triple H's, what was the word he put? Triple H's man, like
Lapdog?
Lapdog, thank you.
Yeah.
But he went worse when he said he was Randy Orton's bitch. Oh, he went there. That's right. And my immediate response is, you know what? He makes a good point. Why would you want to be Triple H's lapdog? Remember Katie Vick? Oh, wait. Maybe no. They don't want to remember Katie Vick.
Nobody wants to remember Katie Vick. You brought that up, and now I need to chug some...
Chug some Robitussin? Yeah. Chug, chug, chug. Which led to a good fight, but good brawl that brought out all the road agents without Santino yet, and it was a fun fight. It didn't make either of the guys look weak. It's Monster Demon Kane versus apparently unstoppable Roman Reigns.
Yeah. It's
nothing else more to say.
Mano a mano.
Great way to open the show.
Great way to open the show and a promising start.
And now we can get into your tag team match, but part over 9,000!
Over 9,000! Between the Usos and the Wyatts.
But who cares how many matches these two teams had? That whatever match they're in, every time, it is fun to watch.
Yeah, and now it's starting to get to the point where I can I can watch a match and say, hey, I've seen that spot before. Hey, they've done this before. So I think that if they're going to have a title match at Battleground, that should be the end of it.
Oh, it is yeah, I agree. It should
because it's getting to the point where a whole bunch of spots in their matches are the same, and I can point them out and say what's going to happen next. And so I need a little break from the Usos and the Wyatts. But what's there is good, it's solid, and I like the fact that they pinned the wrong Uso. So it gives
something more than just another match. Yeah, exactly.
And it gives a reason for the fighting to continue.
More than just being that they're number one contenders. And if anything, I want to see them, I want to see them keep going with them facing each other, but I want something added to it. I want to see Dashingly Gold put in. I want to see Ryback. I want to see. Well, they're the only top 4 tag teams in WWE. The rest, one of them is injured with Los Matadores, and the other team is Xavier Woods and R-Truth. I keep pointing this out every week, and it's mind-boggling why they're just keeping these 4 tag teams apart from each other. I know it's storyline purposes with the Usos being whoever the Wyatts facing lapdogs. Yeah. But hey, it gives us good matches.
As for now, it was solid. And that's something I can say for the whole of Raw
this week.
In general. Solid. Nothing spectacular. Nothing extremely crappy.
I gotta disagree on one.
The females, yeah, I know.
The females, but I liked the whole. I'm intrigued with what they're doing with Paige and AJ. It wasn't what I was planning. I did not see this coming, but it's just interesting. It's yay, I'm Paige. I'm so happy for AJ beating me. I'm going to be her best friend, and I'm going to stab her in the back when I have my opportunity.
As soon as I stab her in the back at Battleground and set up the match at SummerSlam, then yeah.
Who are they going to face at Battleground? They broke up the Funkadactyls.
They'll figure something out.
It's going to be the Funkadactyls in a very non-important match at Battleground. Probably not. I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? At least they split up the Funkadactyls. Now Naomi, the actual talented diva.
Cameron can go away now.
Cameron, she dropped the dead weight.
Melina versus Alicia Fox is your favorite match of all time. Get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Oh, don't. Okay, I had Katie Vick. You had that, and
tough enough week 1. Get out.
Get out. And for the other divas thing, Alicia Fox and
this was
Cena Bella.
Stupid.
Cena Bella. Who the hell cares?
Nikki Bella. Either way, stupid.
It was a dumb waste of TV time. That was the only negative thing I have to say about this past Raw.
But other than nothing great. Middle of the road, solid stuff.
Exactly. I mean, you had to make Randy Orton face Dean Ambrose. Decent match.
It started out weird.
It did start out weird. It was fun, and then that one missed timing drop kick from the top rope.
The pace started badly. Okay, and then they got it together as the match went along. Then you get to that spot where Dean Ambrose jumps off the top rope. And nothing happens at all.
And Orton then hits the drop kick.
And it's like...
the one real thing that really bothers me about this match is it may have just been me, or was Randy Orton just out there just not caring? He did not want to be involved in this match, so he just went out of his way to make it look like crap.
I don't know about Orton. I mean, my problem with this match is that it didn't do Dean Ambrose any favors. Orton should win the match.
Yes.
Because he's in the World Heavyweight title match. And Dean Ambrose is not. So, as of right now, yes, Dean Ambrose is below Randy Orton. So, Randy Orton should win, but Randy Orton shouldn't be winning cleanly. Maybe cheat a little bit. Maybe Seth Rollins come out and distract. But it's
I gotta really disagree on that. It really doesn't matter if it was a clean victory. It didn't hurt Dean Ambrose.
For me,
I don't think it did.
For me, I think it hurt him a little bit.
No, I don't think it did.
For me, personally, in my eyes.
One loss isn't going to hurt him.
One loss isn't going to hurt him, but I figure it's... I would have liked to have seen not a clean victory.
If it wasn't a clean victory, it would just hurt Orton's chances of looking good, looking like he deserves to be in the world.
But here's the thing: Orton's at the point in time now where it is like Cena.
Oh, I agree on that, but just think of storyline purposes. You still want to make them look like make them look good. That was my always biggest problem with heels in the first place. They always have to cheat to win. I like when the heels actually do win clean, and it was a brawl that will obviously happen again down the line, and you were obviously going to get a Dean Ambrose victory when he's actually at the point where he's going for the title.
Yeah. So good match. I don't personally agree with the finish, but yeah, good stuff.
And yeah, you want good stuff. How about Bret Hart coming out and reminding us of how old he is,
showing that he is really old.
And what I was expecting, was something different. All of a sudden, Bret Hart's music hits again, and then Damien Sandow comes out dressed up as Bret Hart.
I knew that this was the Sandow part of the show.
This was the Sandow part of the show,
but I didn't expect another Bret Hart. I expected what happens the next night on main event. I expected him to come out as Shawn Michaels, but no, another Bret Hart, and Sandow comes out to do some comedy bits on Bret Hart, and then get punched in the face. And then lose in 20 seconds to Sheamus.
Okay, he could have deserved a lot better than 20 seconds. I mean, the guy faced a good 10-minute match again. Repeating ourselves. Done. I don't even want to go at it again. It's just...
Yeah, Sandow is Sandow at this point.
It's not just have him be a somewhat legit competitor instead of just the guy who loses in 20 seconds. But whatever. They book him like that. At least he's funny.
Yeah. At least now he's grown into the joke.
What they did the next night on main event with him coming out during the Jericho highlight reel with Bret Hart as Shawn Michaels. That was
hilarious.
That was gold. Comedy gold there. That made everything work. My problem is it should have happened on Monday. They were in Montreal where the screw job happened. It made sense for him to come out as Shawn Michaels. They didn't, at the point where they actually didn't need Jericho to say, ring the bell, ring the bell. They could have just had him put the sharpshooter and tap out quickly.
Very true.
It was funny when they added Jericho in, and the whole interview with Bret Hart is like, who is your most favorite rivalry? It's like, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and of course, it has to be Shawn Michaels. Yeah, boo!
And you know, as soon as he says that Damien Sandow's got to come out as Shawn Michaels. And as soon as he came out, and Jericho and Hart started making fun of him as he walked out of the ring, it was comedy gold, and it was genius. And can you tell I'm fanboying out over Chris Jericho being back?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see where they're gonna go with Chris Jericho, because he had his nice one-on-one match with The Miz, and it was a very good match.
It was a very good 6-minute match.
It was very good. I enjoyed it. What this match was to get the ring rust off both these guys. It was a ring rust clear. They've both been gone from WWE for months.
And I like that The Miz is back to being like the cowardly heel.
It works.
Don't punch me in the face. And what happened was Jericho came out of the figure 4 and just nailed him right in the face.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
And then that's how The Miz was too concerned about how his face looked to be able to defend against the walls of Jericho. And The one problem I have is that he tapped out before the hold was even on.
I agree on that one. If he fought a little longer, it would have not made him look like, oh wait, it's like turning, tap.
I wouldn't even say hold on a little longer. At least hold on until the hold is cinched in. Jericho wasn't even sitting on him yet before the hands started tapping, and I was like, that's just weird.
It is. And we get a pretty great Wyatt promo right after.
I honestly think that was one of his best.
Oh yes,
that was and
Jericho cutting
only one person could get away with that,
and it is
cutting off
Chris
Bray
Jericho.
Wyatt, and it's Chris Jericho, and it's because you need that moment of, would you please shut the hell up?
And Jericho actually sees where Bray Wyatt is coming from, and he actually acknowledges Bray Wyatt as a legit competitor.
Yeah, because Chris Jericho understands that it's not about the limelight, it's about survival in the WWE.
And that's the one thing that the Bray Wyatt John Cena feud missed.
Yeah.
As good as their matches were, storyline wise, that's what it was missing.
Let's face it, Chris Jericho's mission on his 3-month return to the WWE, because he's booked through Night of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
His mission is to get Bray Wyatt back to where he was before the John Cena
Before they
feud.
fed him to John Cena. Yeah.
Yes. And I don't believe this is going to be another Fandango. That's it.
No one thinks this is going to be another Fandango.
I think by the end of this feud, Bray Wyatt will be back to where he needs to be. And that'll be the ultimate kudos to Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho is back doing the job that Rob Van Dam tried to do.
At this point, they're not even like he's just
and
right
Jericho
now going
is
downhill.
light years.
And Jericho is light years.
years
He's done
ahead.
more for WWE than RVD did.
And he's gonna get Bray Wyatt back to that spot. And by the end of the year, Bray Wyatt's gonna be in title contention again.
Oh, of course. Now another guy who should be in title contention, but now he's instead losing to Kofi Kingston twice in like just roll-up pins, and then now getting involved with Big E Langston.
I don't know what's going on.
What is going on with Cesaro? He is obviously the top contender to winning the Intercontinental Championship.
He's gonna win the Intercontinental Championship.
That's we already making the prediction show 2 weeks before we even do the prediction show.
He's gonna win. Has to. Out of the group in the match right now, Cesaro must win. And maybe this is like he's gonna be in a rage when he gets into the Battle Royal and just starts chucking people out one by one and just dominates. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. But I don't like this. I don't like.
What is these pins on these losses to Kofi Kingston do? What is this doing?
If he doesn't win the Intercontinental Championship, then it's doing absolutely nothing.
Everything that's going on building up to this Battle Royal is doing nothing. Right now, the only time they talk about the Battle Royal is with Cesaro and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
And then they keep throwing names who's going to be in the Battle Royal, and they're just like, oh, these are just the guys that are just going to be spot monkeys when in the match. The big guys are Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Cesaro.
Exactly.
Whoop-de-doo for Big E and Kofi.
And it's like, yeah, we obviously know who's going to win this one. So
we're going to go out of our way to make the winner look like he has no chance because he can't kick out of a single roll-up pin.
Yes. And it's WWE's booking team thinking that they're actually creative once again.
It fail. Oh my god, I'm like turning so red because this is really
okay. So we
frustrating.
found something else that we don't like about this Raw.
Oh, this is this. I had a positives and negatives list. This was the number one on my negative list. how they're booking Cesaro for this Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal. I like
how they're booking the Battle Royal in general.
Yeah, right? They're just simply pointing it out sometimes.
Talking about trying to make the Intercontinental title relevant again. It's not happening right now.
When Wade Barrett won it, yes, that was putting relevance back to the Intercontinental title, and now he's injured. Now they don't know what they're doing. They don't.
No, they don't.
They have no idea what to do, so they just threw in a Battle Royal, and now they're making their top guy, who everyone knows is going to win, look like he's really nothing, getting rolled up by Kofi. The first week I'll accept, because he got the quick roll up, and then he destroyed Kofi.
Yeah, this
one just was stupid.
This one's stupid. Yeah, this it doesn't make sense at all. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are you really trying? Are they really trying to make the Paul Heyman guy title not work unless you're Brock Lesnar? Is that really what's going on?
If they are, then the WWE creative team needs to be fired immediately.
Exactly, especially since they're having the Paul Heyman DVD coming out soon.
So what are you doing? Cesaro should be looking strong going into this match, and maybe they're planning something for the next 2 weeks that is gonna do that. That is gonna make him look strong. But right now he looks weak, and this whole Battle Royal doesn't make sense. The lead up to it doesn't make sense, and it's getting me down on the Intercontinental title again.
It's not getting me down on the Intercontinental title. It's getting me down on them, because they did a good job booking the Intercontinental Championship when they had the tournament built and when Wade Barrett won it. Now they're just doing nothing with it, just because the Wade Barrett injury was so so last minute. It's like, oh God, we're creative and we always think on our heads because of how the audience reacts or an injury happens. This one, it was the complete opposite.
Exactly. They had no idea what to do. I guarantee you they were setting up for Wade Barrett versus Cesaro.
And what's shocking me is the fact that they want to build their top 3 guys for this next coming WrestleMania to be Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, and Cesaro. They want them to be their top 3 guys. And 2 of them are working. 1 of them isn't, because of how he's being booked.
Because he's losing to Kofi Kingston weekly. If he was losing to Kofi Kingston off of interference or whatever, off of distractions, not off of regular roll-ups in a regular old match, it just shows him being weak, and that's not how you build up a guy you want to be in your top 3 at WrestleMania season, because it's just not going to work.
And now let's get to the main event, which is Seth Rollins versus John Cena. It was definitely a lot better than the Ambrose-Randy Orton match, because both of those guys were definitely in the match, at least in my opinion, unlike Randy Orton in his match
Rollins
with Ambrose.
Can make anybody look good.
He is definitely what they want. And I like the backstage segment with, since Triple H and Stephanie weren't there, they were on their quote-quote vacation, and Michael Cole's like, of course they are. I'm like, yeah, you can't have Triple H and Stephanie be on the TV every week taking time away from other talent. So it was the best idea to take Triple H and Stephanie off TV for a week. Now you have Randy Orton and Kane interacting, and after the whole thing with Roman Reigns, Kane's actually like, it's like, oh, now it's like, if I was there, the fight happened a lot longer, I would have been there to help you, Kane. I would watch your back, just like how you're going to watch my back at Battleground. Oh, Kane's like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm your friend.
Yeah, I'm your friend until I choke slam the crap out of you.
There you go.
Until I choke slam the crap out of you
and
Battleground.
And then Seth Rollins comes in, he's like, I can assure you, when you guys win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I may think twice on cashing in. Randy Orton just looks at him. You know, I'm starting to not like that kid. It's funny, because I'm starting to not like you. Dun dun dun. We have tension in the authority.
Tension in the authority. tension when it comes to the World Heavyweight title. Duh!
But yeah, Seth Rollins is like, I'm the guy that likes to mess with everyone. I mess with your minds. I will tear your mind apart. Am I your friend, or am I an enemy?
Except there's one problem.
There's a pipe bomb in that Money in the Bank. Not a contract. Because whenever he
it's
tries
TNT.
Dynamite!
He might think that he's the mastermind. That he knows everybody. He does not know Dean Ambrose as well as he thinks he does. Because him turning on Dean Ambrose like that,
it broke.
The monster
of Dean
has
Ambrose.
Escaped.
The crazy man of Dean Ambrose has escaped and run wild all over the WWE.
And him losing the Money in the Bank match, in Dean Ambrose's own words, it might be more fun this way. And once again, after the match, in which, of course, 2 weeks in a row, Randy Orton and Kane get involved and they take out John Cena. And Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns comes out.
Yes.
And attacks, but gets taken out by Seth Rollins in the briefcase. And then Seth Rollins takes out John Cena with the briefcase, and he's sitting there like a moron for about 30 seconds, and then realizes what's happening.
Didn't Cena get tombstoned by Kane first? Before he thought of cashing in?
No. He had gotten that before Roman Reigns came out. It was right after the briefcase shot. 2 briefcase shots. Seth Rollins is on the ground like, still tired from the beating that John Cena was giving him. And then,
you got that? You sure?
And then Seth Rollins goes to cash in. The ref is taking his sweet time. Just enough time for Dean Ambrose to suddenly come out of the crowd and beat the crap out of Seth Rollins all the way to the back. Yeah. For at least 2 weeks, Dean Ambrose has kept his word.
Oh, yeah, and I hope he continues to keep his word. And it leads to John Cena AAing Randy Orton, Kane about to chokeslam John Cena,
gets
speared by Roman Reigns.
And then the stare down.
And then the stare down, and then the testosterone fight went on. Roman Reigns raises John Cena's hand. Boo! John Cena raises Roman Reigns' hand. Yay! Roman Reigns is like, yeah, that's right. Boo! Yay! And that's how Raw ended.
And it was a great ending. It was a good match. It was predictable.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, but it was performed really well, and can't give it any bad marks for that. It was a great segment.
So what would you give the Raw in its entirety?
I would give it a classic goatee. Divas match. The Divas stuff in general. Blah. Cesaro.
What the hell?
Blah. What the hell, indeed. And everything. There was nothing really great. So, and I don't normally give Raws a full beard.
Unless something
very big happens, very good happens. And so, classic goatee. It was solid.
I have to agree with you. I have to give it a classic goatee as well. Not like it was like we said. It was just a generic Raw. Nothing big happened. It was just another episode. It was just moving on the storylines with the people who are in the matches rather than the authority controlling everyone.
Yeah. Last week was the big week. Now we're back on schedule and we're rolling along into Battleground, and this is just story building week. And stories were built alright for the most part.
Arcs continued
and life moved on.
So yeah, other than Cesaro, what they're doing with Cesaro, what the Divas division, I really couldn't care less. Except for Paige and AJ, because like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to when that moment is like, I'm your friend, not I will. Ring. I believe this knife is yours.
Yes, and I'm sorry how it found its way into your back.
But other than that, the Funkadactyl's breaking up. Okay, good for Naomi losing the deadweight that is Cameron. Bella's and Alicia Fox yawn. I'm surprised that took a lot longer than the Funkadactyls versus stupid. AJ and Paige.
I give that my stupid rating.
I just like all this just to build up the Bellas versus Stephanie McMahon. Yay, that yippee! I'm really not looking forward to that.
No,
that match is going to suck, and it's going to put me to sleep. That is going to be our bathroom break, and it's going to be a long bathroom break because how they're booking this with having like an eternity on TV. It's going to hurt. It's gonna be the Divas match this year that gets 10 to 15 minutes on pay-per-view, and that's gonna be BS. Oh God, don't even get.
Yeah, I said it. It's gonna happen.
So yeah, classic goatee on this Raw. Great, generic, nothing. I'm just another Raw. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I like to introduce a little new segment for our show called Topic of Discussion, where I take a look back of what's going on in the week, a little observations I've made, and I want to discuss it with you. I probably would have waited for Jeff to come back from Vegas with herpes, but no, I wanted to. Jeff is going to listen to the show and hate us now.
Herpes. He's
going to be like, "What?" That's what happens. That's what happens when you miss a episode. We secretly trash you behind your back until you listen to the show, and then we just feel better.
Yes.
So yeah, yes. Topic of discussion. One thing I've noticed: Roman Reigns, how he's being booked from before the Shield broke up to today. He is this unstoppable force that no one seems to, stop. No one can touch him. He is a beast. But here's one question I have. Is he being pushed too hard, too fast, to being the new John Cena? He's already in title matches, and everyone's saying, oh, he's a favorite to win. They are pushing him to the moon and beyond. Is it too soon after the Shield breaking up for Roman Reigns to get this much hype?
I do not think so yet. Because I do not believe he's going to win at Battleground. If he won at Battleground, then I'd be on the train of too much too fast. As Jeff is at this point.
Oh, Jeff is like borderline hating Roman Reigns right now.
Do I feel that he should be able to take 2 finishers and then bounce back up and take everybody out? No. But they've been building him up on a slow burn for a while. They've been building him up on a slow burn since Survivor Series.
And now they just threw in the canister of gas.
Exactly.
And it exploded.
So really when you think about it, okay, this has been building up for 8 months. So I don't believe it's too much too fast. Because in the beginning, okay, the Shield were a united force. No one broke out over anybody until Survivor Series, which is when Roman Reigns basically single-handedly won that Survivor Series tag team match, elimination match. So 8 months on a slow burn, and then just take off after Payback when they break out in the singles competition. I'm not ready to say that it's too much too fast yet. Okay, if he wins at Battleground, then I'll be on that train. Because do I think he's ready for the title? No.
Oh, I don't think he's ready for the title either.
Is he ready to be in title matches? Sure, I believe so, but not winning.
Do you think he's ready to face the part-timers? He's reached the point where he can he's facing Triple H at SummerSlam. There's talks about him facing The Rock at WrestleMania for the title. Do you think he's really at that point where he can face the part-timers, the legends?
Facing The Rock for the title? No. Facing Triple H? Yes. Because it makes sense in the storyline.
There you go.
It makes sense in the... If they just randomly threw it together, no. But it makes sense to this storyline in particular, and they've been building it up. By the time it actually goes full bore, they'd have been building it up for 5 months.
I think the only real thing... Great answer. I'm glad you... Now we're just... Topic over. Discussion over. Now this is just another random question. Do you feel like with how much they're giving Dean Ambrose focusing on Seth Rollins other than facing the Authority and Whole, do you feel like they look at Dean Ambrose as the weakest, the weak link of the Shield?
I don't think so. I don't think there is a weak link in the Shield.
Oh, I don't think there's a weak link in the Shield either.
I don't.
Do you think WWE sees?
No, because they wouldn't be giving him all this mic time. They wouldn't. They have to listen to the crowd. Okay, and that crowd reaction of Money in the Bank was beautiful, and if they let his character run its course, which they've been giving him ample time to do, okay, they're all gonna be in the same spot. They're gonna be they're still gonna be in the top echelon. I don't believe they think of any of them as weak, and I believe that all three of them will be on top one day.
Oh, they're even talking about having a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the title, having Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose.
There you go.
We finally get our Shield match, a 3-way Shield match that we've all been craving.
There you go.
I can be perfectly honest, that is one of the matches I want to see.
Yes.
More than Roman Reigns versus The Rock, more than Roman Reigns versus somebody. I want to see them face each other.
I don't think Roman Reigns is ready to face The Rock.
No, I don't think so either.
Roman Reigns is ready to face Triple H. It's on 2 different levels. Okay, there's 2 different levels of stardom. You got the Triple H, and you've got The Rock and Stone Cold. Okay, Triple H, say what you want about the guy. He's not on that level. He's not on the same level as The Rock and Stone Cold. Those guys are legends.
Well, yeah, especially now.
In this business. They made the WWE what it is today. Triple H did not.
The one big difference between Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H is Stone Cold and The Rock they reached the point where they're beyond wrestling legends.
Yeah.
They are superstars outside of wrestling.
Exactly. And
Triple H
tried to be.
He tried to be, but he's not.
He's not. He doesn't have the same appeal.
He doesn't have the same charisma. He is the wrestling guy.
Exactly. So him facing off against Roman Reigns, makes
perfect sense.
Yeah, I can see it. The Rock is too soon. So I'd go with that triple threat idea. I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't go with that triple threat idea. And if you do, you should probably turn this off right now because we don't really want your viewership.
Wow, you just went I will burn your house to the ground there.
I went there.
You felt the ultimate juice from the ultimate douche.
Yes. The douche doesn't screw around.
Oh no, especially when it comes to the Shield.
Especially. Don't diss the Shield in my presence. You can diss Seth Rollins a little bit. That's it.
No, I can't. I really can't say that with any of them. You can't say anything negative.
That was just
any of 3.
That
of
was
these
just
men.
for our buddy Christine over there.
Oh, there
Christine
you go.
Anderson. You can
more
you
juice
can
from the deuce.
You can diss Seth Rollins a little bit if you want. But that's it.
Well, it's like I said. I really can't say anything bad about any of these guys. But nothing else more to say. What a very successful topic of discussion.
It was good.
It was good.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear the next topic with the Fool. So, All right, cheap plugs. If you like what you listen, if you like what you heard tonight, if you like what we say, if you like what we think, if you want to discuss things with us, leave a comment below this video. Subscribe to our channel. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. So, Brian, you got anything to close out with for our listeners?
Apes on horses.
Apes on horses? Well, okay. We want to thank you all for listening in. Good night, everyone. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome. We'll see you all next week, unless our ape overlords say otherwise.
I need a horse, and I need a gun. Now!
Immediately, we must face our ape overlords.